Hello and welcome to your class for today. Now today we're going to be looking at page 69. So open please, page 69. And today we're going to look at exercise 2, vocabulary, types of numbers. Now let's look at exercise A. It says, look at the green numbers in the top row of the infographic in 1C. How do you say them? Now, before we look, let's take a look at this very nice word, infographic, because it is a combination of information and graphic, no? So usually an infographic is a visual representation of information, ¿no? So normalmente es una representación visual, ¿no? De información de datos, ¿no? Infographic. A nice word, ¿no? Because it is a combination of information and graphic, ¿no? Porque combina information and graphic. Now, let's take a look, because the question is, how do you say them? Do you remember? We have this one, no? We have this one, and we have this one. So how do you think we say them? Any ideas? Well, I read them the other day, ¿no? Los he leído el otro día. A ver qué recordamos. Now, let's have a look at the correct answers. Now, can you see? So we say 125 million. 100 o 100. Ahora vamos a mirar una notita. 125 million. Now, in the second one, 50%. 50%. And in the third one, we have a third, ¿no? Una tercera parte, ¿no? So we have 125 millones, 50%, y una tercera parte, ¿no? 125 million, 50%, and number 3, a third. Now let's listen. Shall we listen to somebody reading them?
5.1. More than 125 million Google searches are made every hour. 50% of users leave a web page that doesn't load in 10 seconds. 3 out of 5 people don't return to that site. A third of British people expect a like on a Facebook picture in less than a minute after posting it.
So there are the numbers. Shall we listen again? Let's listen again.
5.1. More than 125 million Google searches are made every hour. 50% of users leave a web page that doesn't load in 10 seconds. 3 out of 5 people don't return to that site. A third of British people expect a like on a Facebook picture in less than a minute after posting it.
Now, so there we have 125 million, no? 50% and 1/3, no? Now, let's have a look at exercise C. Now, exercise C says, how do you say these numbers and dates? Now, before we look at each number or date, let's just refresh our memory, ¿no? Vamos a refrescar la memoria con algunas cosas. The numbers, no? So remember, we can use no, the article a or the number 1 no, when saying numbers. For example, 100, 100, 1,000, 1,000, 1 million, a million. Now, the same is true with fractions, no? With fractions. So, for example, you can say a third or 1/3, no? A third or 1/3. All fractions are expressed with ordinal numbers, no? A fifth, a sixth, a seventh, an eighth, a tenth, no? So we use the ordinal number, except a half and a quarter, no? A half and a quarter. But we can say a third, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, not the ordinal numbers. Now, we don't add S 200,000 and million. This is very important. So we say 200, no S. 5 million, no S. No? 10,000, no S. So we do not add an S, no, when we are talking about numbers, no? So para decir cifras o números, no, we don't add an S. And finally, with decimals, for example, 3.14 or 3.14, we use point and not dot, ¿no? Porque estamos acostumbrados al .com, but when we are talking about decimals, ¿no? We use point, ¿no? It is mathematical, ¿no? Que tiene que ver más con matemáticas aquí, ¿no? So just to remember these interesting points, ¿no? Solo recordar estos puntos importantes, ¿no? Con respecto a los números o las cifras en English. Now, let's go back now to exercise C. How do you say these numbers and dates? So give yourself a moment to practice and let's see what you come up with. Now, have you thought about it? Well, let's listen, shall we? Let's listen.
5.2
184,
3,025
2,500,
The 25th of May
$6 million,
75%
2/3,
9.2
Now let's listen again and then we'll look at the transcript and we'll listen and repeat. But for the moment, let's just listen again.
5.2
184,
3,025
2,500,
The 25th of May
$6 million,
75%
2/3,
9.2
Okay, now let's look at the transcript to see how these numbers are written. Let's see. Are you ready? Here we go.
5.2
184,
Now remember, we can also say 100, 184, 184, 184. Both are correct.
3,025
Now, 3,025. No problem.
2,500,
The 25th of May
Now remember, with the dates, we write just the number, no, the ordinal number and the month, but we have to say the 25th of May. That's my mother's birthday, by the way, the 25th of May. Now, today is the 10th of June, no? So we have to say the ta-ta-ta of ta-ta-ta, although we don't write it. So aunque no escribimos ahí el the y el of, hay que leerlo siempre, ¿eh? Good.
$6 million,
Excuse me, $6 million. ¿Habéis visto? Sin la S, ese million. Porque en million, 100,000 y million no ponemos la S. La S donde está con dollars, eso sí. But 6 million sin S, ¿eh?
75%
2/3,
9.2
No, and then we have 75%, 2/3, and 9.2. Now we're going to listen one last time. This time I want you to repeat. Are you ready?
5.2
184,
Repeat.
3,025
Repeat.
2,500,
Repeat, please.
The 25th of May
Repeat.
$6 million,
75%
2/3,
9.2
Now, Let's move on to exercise E. It says, listen and write the numbers. Are you ready? So the first time, we'll just play the recording. Then the second time, we will pause after each to give you some time to think. Are you ready to listen for the moment? Just listen. The first time, just listen. We have an example, 213. Let's see.
5.3. 1,
What's your address?
213 Station Road.
2,
When's your birthday?
The 20th of June.
3,
So, how many people live here?
About 120,000, I think.
4,
How much did the house cost?
A lot. 795,000
Is that in pounds or dollars?
dollars.
5,
How much of your salary do you spend on rent?
At least a third, I think.
6,
What percentage of your day do you spend working or studying?
I'm not sure. Between 60 and 70% maybe?
Now, let's listen again. This time, I'm going to pause the recording to give you time to write after each conversation. Are you ready?
5.3. 1,
What's your address?
213 Station Road.
Are you ready for number 2?
2,
When's your birthday?
The 20th of June.
Are you ready for number 3?
3,
So, how many people live here?
About 120,000, I think.
Here comes number 4.
4,
How much did the house cost?
A lot. 795,000
Is that in pounds or dollars?
dollars.
Are you ready for the next one?
5,
How much of your salary do you spend on rent?
At least a third, I think.
And the last one?
6,
What percentage of your day do you spend working or studying?
I'm not sure. Between 60 and 70% maybe?
Now, let's check the answers, shall we? Then we listen again with the transcript. Now, let's see. So number 1 says... number 2, because number 1 is 213, so it's number 2. What's the number of your... number 2 is the 20th. Number 3, your birthday, Number 3, 120,000. Number 4, $795,000. Number 5, a third. And number 6, 60 to 70%. Now let's listen again, this time with the transcript. Here we go.
5.3. 1,
What's your address?
213 Station Road.
Now, 213 Station Road. What's your address? Now,
2,
When's your birthday?
The 20th of June.
now the 20th of June. The 20th of June.
3,
So, how many people live here?
About 120,000, I think.
No, approximately, about, no, 120,000, no, 120,000, about, más o menos, alrededor de.
4,
How much did the house cost?
A lot. 795,000
Is that in pounds or dollars?
dollars.
5,
How much of your salary do you spend on rent?
At least a third, I think.
6,
What percentage of your day do you spend working or studying?
Now, did you notice there? Percentage, no? El porcentaje, percentage, no?
I'm not sure. Between 60 and 70% maybe?
No, and there we have entre el 60 y el 70%, ¿no? So tenemos porcentaje, percentage, and por ciento, percent, dos palabras, two words. Very nice. Now let's have a look at letter F, because letter F are questions that you must answer with a partner. Now remember, you can always send me your answers. So let's see, when's your birthday? Well, my birthday is on the 4th of September. What's the number of your house or building? Well, the number of my building is number 3. Now, the number is number 3. What's the population of your town or city? Oh, what's the population of Burgos? 180,000? I'm not sure. You can tell me. You can tell me the correct answer. What's the average price of buying or renting a 2-bedroom flat there? I have to say, I'm going to say for renting a 2-bedroom flat, 600 euros a month. I don't know, 600 euros a month. And maybe to buy a 2-bedroom apartment? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell me that one. Could we say maybe 200,000? I don't know. I'm not sure, And number 5, what percentage of the day do you normally spend working or studying? Well, these days I imagine quite a lot. So I'm going to say maybe 80%, 70 to 80% of the day I spend working. What percentage of the day do you normally spend working? No? Now, let's look at this box. Can you see this very nice box? When we see a box, we know we must pay attention because it's very important. So, saying approximate numbers, no? So, no siempre son 100, no siempre son un millón, no? So, let's see. We can say about 500, no? Alrededor, aproximadamente 500. At least 12 a day is como mínimo, al menos 12 a day, 12 al día. And between 2,000 and 3,000, entre 2,000 y 3,000. So we have about, ¿no? About, pero eso lo hemos visto at about 9 o'clock, ¿no? A eso de las 9, ¿no? Lo hemos visto ya para dar una idea aproximada, ¿no? About, ¿no? At least, al menos, como mínimo, o incluso por lo menos, and between, entre. And of course, between, entre una cosa y otra cosa siempre, Very nice. Now, before we finish for today, let's open our workbook and let's open page 76, please, page 76, and we're going to have a look at exercise 1, vocabulary, types of numbers. Now, let's take a look at letter A. It says circle the correct way of saying the numbers. Now let's read it. Nearly of students in our class say they are impatient. Now my options are 3/4 or 3/4, and the correct answer is 3/4. Recordamos que half y quarter son los únicos que no usan el número ordinal, ¿no? Thirds, fifths, sixths, sevenths, eighths, but, ¿no? A half and a quarter. En este caso, 3/4. Now, let's have a look at number 2. Now, let's see. Let's have a look at number 2. Now, research shows that of web users wait for 2 seconds or less for a page to load. Now, do we say 47% or 47%? ¿Con o sin esa S? Pues la respuesta correcta es 47%, sin esa S, percent. What about number 3? More than 5,000 homes in our town now have super fast broadband. Well, I just read it. Is it 5,000s con S o sin S? 5,000? Sin S es la respuesta correcta, Very nice. Number 4. A BMW M3 can go from 0 to 60 in seconds. How many seconds? 4.3 seconds or 4.3 seconds? Well, the correct answer is 4.3 because it's a decimal. What about number 5? There are over trees in the park. Is it 1850 or is it 1850? Well, of course, it's 1850 trees in the park because 1850 would be the year, no? Es el año solo, no? Very nice. So in this case, we have 1850. And the last one, what about number 6? The population of our city is 210,000 or 210,000. 210,000 is the correct answer. Now let's just revise those answers now. So we have 47% in number 2, 5,000 in number 3, 4.3 in number 4, 1,850 in number 5, and 210,000 in number 6. Now, let's have a look at letter B. Complete the sentences in 2 ways. In A, with a number, and in B, with the exact words you would use to say that number. So let's look at the example. New Year's Day is on January the 1st. But you would have to say January the 1st. No? Okay. So let's see. Half of 56 is, what's the number? Half of 56 is 28. Now, write it in letters. 28. Half of 56 is 28. ¿A qué no pensabais que ibas a hacer matemáticas hoy en vuestra clase de inglés? Pues mira, qué cosas, eh? Now, what about number 3? Is the same as a half? Well, no, it's the same as, now let's see. So, is 0.75 the same as a half? No, it's the same as 3 over 4. No, 3 sobre 4, we say in English, 3 over 4. No, it's the same as 3/4. So, 0.75 is the same as 3/4, or 0.75, perdón, sería mejor 0.75, ¿no? Después del decimal solemos decir cada número, ¿no? 0.75 is the same as 3/4. What about number 4? Half of 3,500 is, well, divide by 2. What's half is? 1,750 written 1,750. And the last one, as a percentage, 1 over 2 is 50%, no? A half, no? 50% or 50%, no? As a percentage, a half is 50%, no? So let's just revise. Number 1, New Year's Day is on January the 1st. Half of 56 is 28. Is 0.75 the same as a half? No, it's the same as 3/4. Half of 3,500 is 1,750. And as a percentage, a half is 50%. Now, difficult exercises, but that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Any problems, just let me know. Bye-bye.